when people try to start a third party, right? People say it's too hard. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders runs third party every time he's ever run for national office, and he's won. And right now, the majority of people who call themselves Democrats want a third party. Not only the biggest voting bloc out there, well, it's non-voters, but the biggest voting bloc are people who want a third party, independent voters. You know that. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. So look how fast it happened in Mexico. Look how fast it happened in Greece. So make the case to me, because the takeover obviously isn't happening. Look what they just did with Joe Manchin. They actually swung to the right. The Democrats in Congress swung to the right.
So Jimmy, you sound pretty impractical. So I hear you, brother. I'm not stopping anybody from doing it, but I know how hard it is. And an amendment is way easier.
Oh, you think?
I do. I know it, okay? And so, and I do think the takeover is happening. It just didn't happen immediately. Like, so first of all, we now have all these fighters inside Congress. So now you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna believe it when I see it. That's super fair. So I think over the next year, and that's part of the point of this show, you're gonna see it. And if you don't see it, then I'm gonna say, hey, Jimmy was right and I was wrong. The facts matter. That's the bottom line, right? So far, I agree with you about your concerns, because so far the concessions have been to the right and not to the left. Right? On the other hand,
after losing to Trump.
Yeah, but Jimmy, on the other hand,
what's gonna wake them up? Nothing is gonna wake them up.
No, it's not about waking them up. They make too much money from this corrupt system. So they're gonna fight Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna and Ocasio-Cortez way harder than they'll ever fight any Republican.
Yes.
Okay, but those guys are in the House. There's nothing they can do about it, okay? And they're pushing the Democratic Party as we speak, and people are starting to get scared. So Green New Deal started with almost nobody except the Justice Democrats. Now there's 31, or today it might have been 32 congressmen. They're adding them one by one, one by one. One of the reasons is that the defeating the incumbents scared the living crap out of them. To quote Cersei Lannister, power is power, okay? So the thesis behind Justice Democrats was you defeat them and you don't ask for permission, you defeat them in battle, and then what are politicians? The overwhelming majority of them are followers. They're order takers. They take orders from their donors now. If we win, they will take orders from us. And I mean that. And I know that in television, that's an unacceptable thing to say. And in polite Democratic circles, it's an unacceptable thing to say. But yes, they are supposed to take orders from us, because we are the voters. That's how it's supposed to work in a functioning democracy. They're not supposed to take orders from their donors. Now, in TV, they lie to you and say they don't, but we all know they do. They take orders, they're followers, they're not leaders. So we will make them follow us. But if in 2 years I was wrong, let's say, 2 1/4, and Ocasio-Cortez and Jayapal and the others didn't fight, and a progressive did not win the Democratic primary, and we did not get 12 more Ocasio-Cortezes or two dozen Ocasio-Cortezes. We did not swing the caucus. Well, then facts matter. Then Jimmy's right? But I think that it's super important. I think that it is not only easier, but also more powerful, because look, guys, if you start to build your own ship, anything is possible. So Jimmy's of course right about that, right? But there's a giant aircraft carrier there, okay? It's called the Democratic Party, and its leaders are the weakest people on earth. We know that, we cover that every day. We yell at them every day, calling them weak and pathetic, right? So why not board their ship, throw them overboard politically, and take the aircraft carrier over? So basically what I'm telling you is give us 2 to 3 years, and then if we haven't done it, then by all means, okay? And besides which, you don't have to wait for permission from me or anyone else too. If you want to start a third party or support a third party, have at it. Look, I think in a general election, Democrats are better than Republicans, even the worst like Kyrsten Sinema in Arizona, because they don't hate gay people, they don't hate black people, they don't hate Latinos, they don't hate Muslims, they don't hate Jews. It's a really, really low bar, okay? But I wish there was a better alternative, and we're trying to create a better alternative. So I would say, if you believe that we can take over the Democratic Party, then come work with us, work with the Justice Democrats. You believe in screw all the parties, screw all the donors, work with Wolfpack. Or if you like a third party and you wanna work with them, bless your heart. This is the time to do it. so that you have enough runway that you could actually realistically win elections in 2 years. So have at it, Hoss. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.